Hey YouTube, just want to show you guys something. Start off with this heavy target golem. Ranger burst damage. Ta-da! That's crazy. That is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I don't even have burst damage sigils or anything. I just have bleed on crit. I guess other than that, I moved to Eridon's Terrence, which is one of the new servers. It's low population and has, percentage-wise, the most level 80s of any server. Mainly because a hardcore guild decided to switch to this server, one of the new servers, and a lot of them were level 80. So they're really good because since they're a new server, they got placed with the other new servers and the low population servers like Ferguson's Crossing. The first week they were around, and they dominated, which I was surprised about. But I really hate this build, I'll be honest, because unless you have the right skills off cooldown, you can't survive the burst. It's way, way, way too much. You can even do something like this, where we have penetrating arrows. And take out two targets at the same time. And that was without the elite skill. I think it's just crazy. It's crazy amounts of damage. Granted, 2,000 armor isn't a lot. 18k health is low. No healing power, basically. I mean, it's a glass cannon, but it can do all that damage at a 1200 range with bleeds and poison, swiftness, cripples, and stuns on the same weapon. And then, you know, the switch has a knockback and cripple, an AoE cripple at that. You have to stand still to do it though. And then like pet swiftness and super rapid motherfucking fire. Yeah, so rangers do incredible burst. My new warrior build has been first-hand witness of it and survived it, which is kind of cool, I guess, because I think this is the most burst damage you can do in the game right now, except for maybe 100 blades, but 100 blades doesn't last 6 seconds. It only lasts about 3 if you go all in damage wise. Yeah, so that's crazy. That's crazy. Moved to a new server, crazy ranger build. I'll show off, well, my Roaring Thunder build in my first video got nerfed, so I had to make a couple adjustments. They were pretty minor, so that build's still viable. And I came up with another build that involves maces and warhorns and swiftness and fury and 3,000 armor, 3,000 plus armor, and I've had up to 3.7k attack power, which is pretty nice, because I had like no crit damage, and I think one of my attacks crit for like 3.6k on my auto attack. That was it's pretty wicked. Yeah, so the reason I haven't been making many videos is because my main character, I've hit level 80, and I've been doing PvE, and I've gotten a full suit of rares, except for the accessories and like the back piece. Actually, I think the back piece is a rare. all of my accessories, because I'm a jewel crafter, are just masterwork. I haven't gotten to 400 yet. I'm at like 380 something. But I ran out of materials and the trading post has been down, so that kind of sucks. But my character looks like a badass. I gotta say, I love my character. Yeah, I haven't been doing much SPVP because of all the leveling, but I'm glad I got to see more of the game world, and I finally got to do world PvP, and I might make a couple of videos of that if it doesn't lag too badly. What else? What else? There are... Other than that, I wanted to see what the Ranger Burst was like. I tested it out in a couple matches. It was insane. It was insane. However, if someone can reach you, you're dead meat. Because while you're doing the insane burst, you can't heal. And you're probably a glass cannon build to take full advantage of it. And you can't heal. So if they can tank your burst and kill you before you can kill them, you will lose because they can heal. But they have to reach you, and you can be shooting at 1500 range to start out, which is, you know, maximum range in the game. It's huge. Huge range. I don't know. I might have to play around with the great sword, even though a lot of people use the great sword, and I don't know. I've seen enough of the great sword, honestly. That's why I like to use... I mean, I'm getting kind of tired of axes. That's why I switched over to a mace build. And kind of tired of shields. That's why I started using the warhorn, which I see nobody use, except for a few people. The hammer is probably the least used warrior weapon. No. The longbow is the least used warrior weapon. And hammer and sword are probably about equal. Mainly it's because condition damage isn't good on a warrior because we only have two reliable sources, which is the sword and the rifle does better with direct power instead of condition damage because the other four skills are better for it. But I'm rambling, and this was meant to be a short video, so my next video is probably going to come out, I don't know, maybe do it tomorrow. I might do it later on tonight, who knows. Oh, I'm guildless now because of the server transfer, so if anybody is playing on Eridon's Terrence and is looking for a buddy, go ahead and hit me up. That'd be cool. I might play around with other classes if I find any interesting builds that are really hard to defeat. Because the best way to learn how to beat a build is to play as it for a couple rounds and see what kills you. Because that's how you do it. And the Ranger build, there's a Guardian build out there that can have retaliation up almost all the time. And the Rangers will kill themselves because the Guardians will block and then have the retaliation up. So they're not taking any damage and the Rangers just kill themselves. Which I think is hilarious, but Warriors can't do that, so I'm going to have to find a different way or hope it gets toned down. I don't want to say it's completely overpowered because I don't think it is, but other glass cannon builds usually have a melee weapon because melee weapons tend to do more damage. The Ranger can do maximum DPS while moving, while slowing you. Well, it can't do absolute maximum while slowing you, but they can do crazy DPS after they slow you, poison you, pop their crazy DPS skills, and continue to move the entire time. Whereas the Warrior with 100 Blades has to stand still, and Eviscerate has a very, very limited range. The Mesmer's Phantasms are fragile, and they take a second before they unload. So, there's that. the Guardian has the fires, but fire doesn't stack in intensity. It only stacks in duration, and anything that cleanses conditions. I was trying to think of the word. I was thinking debuff. Anything that cleanses conditions will just get rid of it. Or at worst, against someone like a Necromancer or a Mesmer, they'll put your own fire conditions back on you. And you can't block condition damage, which is pretty bad for Guardians. Because the tankiest Guardians have retaliation, which I think only reflects direct damage. I don't know that. I need to look that up. Mainly the reason I don't know is because warriors don't have a good source of retal. What was I going to say? Who else? Oh, I might want to look into a Necromancer. I haven't seen any good, like, I haven't had the chance to fight a Necromancer who, like, took me down to less than 10% health, and he was at less than 10% health, and we were just, like, dueling to our very last breath or something. I did fight a Hammer Warrior like that. He was Hammer, Axe Shield, and I was using the old Roaring Thunder build before it got nerfed. And that was a really close match. Really, really close. I did win, though. And it was on the rooftop while it was raining and over the clock tower. It was great. Anyway, I'll talk more in my next video. I'll see you guys later.